What's up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Guardsmen,
and we're back at it to answer your questions in another installment of For the Greater
WAAAGH. This is a video series where we answer your questions. If you have a question for us, simply comment down below, put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. And that is what Pelon Ramirez did. What is the mating call of an orc, tyrannid, and eldar? So none of those species actually even mate. They can't. The eldar, yeah, they ever since Slaanesh was born, they can't really like have children. So like the whole mating thing is not.
Well, they do. It's just really low chances of them procreating.
Yeah, but that's the reason why Warhammer 40K is so grim, dark, and shitty. Nobody can bone. Space Marines can't. Imperial Guardsmen really can't because all they're doing is like trying to fight the enemy. Some of them aren't even hitting puberty before they're thrown into the front lines. And then you have orcs who just release spores. Tyrannids, I mean, you could say that it's just one giant ant hill basically. And then you have the Eldar we talked about. The Tau. Do Tau mate?
Tau bone.
And they're the happiest ones.
There you go. There you go.
So there you go. That's the reason why. Even the Emperor himself, he can't bone anymore because he's on the golden throne.
He's made of bones, but
yeah. If you take a look at the history of Warhammer 40K, when the Emperor, when the story that the Emperor had his own children, not the Primarchs, but like the Sensei, 40K was a little less grim-dark and more fantastical.
Right.
Once GW got rid of that grim-darkness, so we need that, you know, squeaky, squeaky, squeaky.
Like, bam, heresy.
Yeah.
No squeaky in here.
Good question, though.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Next one.
This one is by Condor DCS. How come so many Imperial Guardsmen are seen having prosthetic limbs, when we're led to believe that the lives of individual Guardsmen are basically worth nothing? So many of them having artificial limb replacements would indicate that their lives are a little bit more valuable than to just let them die, or to become incapacitated, so they won't be able to fight.
So I think it's just a matter of statistics. So the ones that are going to be shown are the veterans. So
right.
So what I'm thinking of is the Tanith First and Only. So they were a company. There were 3 companies that ended up just being one because there was a mix-up, and they were sent to a war that they were not prepared to, I believe, and they ended up being just like one company. They went on a campaign. Half of their people died. So then the rest of them, which were veterans, of course they had injuries, and they gave them prosthetic limbs and whatnot, and the focus is more on those guys. The focus is on the veterans, the ones with the bionic arm or the ones with the bionic legs, because they are the ones that have seen war. Even though for every one of those, there's like 50 or 100 or millions that have died. That's why GW shows those instead of the other ones.
Right.
Same thing with the Space Marines. You don't see very many scouts because they're scouts. But you see a bunch of pictures of chapter masters and company captains and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. They just get the spotlight more, essentially.
Next question comes from a Wolfenstein. Does any Space Marine chapter recruit from Terra or from the Sol system? Imperial Fists, I believe.
Yeah, I believe they do.
From the Sol system. I don't know if it's from Terra.
Yeah, I don't think Terra does.
Yeah. You can make the argument that all of them did at one point, because that's what the first founding legions were.
The Horus Heresy, you had a bunch of Terran-born Space Marines, and those were usually the ones that were very loyal to the Emperor. So when the whole heresy began, those were the ones that were being put out in the front lines, the ones that were getting betrayed, the ones that were causing inner turmoil in their chapters and backstabbings and whatnot. So
yeah, but Imperial Fists if you're creating your own lore. Next question.
John Horwath. Other than Space Marines, what is the best starting army? I've got a bunch of friends who might want to play, and it'd be good to know. So I think the easiest army to actually get in there and start playing, besides the Space Marines, would probably be the Tau.
Biased.
A little biased, yeah, but they're the least, like we were talking about earlier, the least grim dark. They're not that like if you go Dark Eldar, they're just all about like sadism and like it's like the lore wise, yeah. But Tau, there's a bunch of armies on eBay. There's a bunch of bits. Pretty much anywhere you go, there's enough stock of Tau. Like if you go to like a hobby shop or a GW, they've got enough stock for Tau forces that you can get a pretty good chunk of your army, you know, all bought up. Whereas like the lesser played races, like I said, the Dark Eldar, you don't really see too many players.
Because he was just asking which one's the best one.
Right. What's the easiest to start off with?
Okay. I'm gonna say orcs.
Because it's easy to build.
Yeah, you buy.
He's biased.
No. Look, check this out. So you buy 3 boxes of boys. That's gonna be your 3 units of truck boys, and you build everything else from scratch. You could even build the war boss from scratch too. Just get some modeling clay and turn one of the turn the knob, because there's a knob in the sprue for the 10 boys, and then just convert them and make them into a big monster thing. You don't even have to give up your knob. You could just use the extra parts. So you'll have an extra torso, I think it is, and then you'll have like extra close combat weapons to put on your war boss, and then you can just make like bionic legs or something that an orc would have, and then bam, you have your well, I mean, I guess it would take a lot of time though.
Right, but that's part of the hobby, crafting it and modeling it. So yeah, it depends on what aspect of the hobby you guys are really into. If you're into just getting army on the battlefield right then and there, or if you like creating your own stuff, making it unique. Yeah.
Yeah. Next question comes from Crazed Autistic Anarchist. Why has God forsaken me to this hellish existence of pain and misery? Why can't I experience joy, love, or happiness? And just a blank abyss in my heart, taunting me with my own failures. Because you're probably a Slanesh worshiper.
It's grim dark out here, cuh.
Cut. Next question.
All might. Between the Noise Marines, the Rubric Marines, the Plague Marines, and the Khorne Berserkers, which one of these Chaos Marines has it the worst?
Plague Marines.
Well, because, I mean, they don't really feel pain. That's the thing.
No, they do, because that's what their thing is, right? Like,
I thought it was like, oh, I'm getting afflicted by Nurgle's disease. I'm in pain. I'm in agony. Cure me of this. But, I mean, they get cured in the sense that they don't feel pain, but now they're all, like, bloated and even worse off.
I thought it was like, so I'm sick and I'm dying. I'm about to die. And me not wanting to die is why I go to Nurgle. Nurgle says, I will give you eternal life. Your suffering is my gift to you.
But you get to live.
Yeah, forever. And I think, like, eternal suffering, so, like, having maggots growing out of your orifices. For me, that would be the...
Okay. I could see that. I can see that. But now we got to talk about the other ones.
Khorne, I don't think is that bad, because, like, you get enraged on a daily basis if you ever are in traffic.
Yeah.
So just having that every single second of your life, that's not that bad.
I mean, you might get some ulcers from all the rage, but I mean, you're a Space Marine, you're a Khorne Berserker, you're not in traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the other one? Rubric Marines?
Rubric Marines have the best, because they're just like knowledge.
But they're like, aren't the Rubric Marines the ones without the bodies? They're just the soul and armor?
Oh yeah, you're right.
So they're like automatrons.
So in a way, you're just a robot.
Right.
That's not that bad.
And then you've got the Noise Marines. Noise! I mean, you're into like sensationalism.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're out to get the finest pleasure, and to make the most noise. So yeah, I think you're right with Nurgle.
Yeah, close second would be Noise Marines though.
What's your worst off Marine?
Because Noise Marines are like if you just kept elevating in the drug scale.
Eventually you're gonna plateau.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be like nothing is pleasurable anymore like it used to be, and then you get nostalgic, and then you start creating videos of how Warhammer used to be and how everything new is horrible, and then it just becomes a downhill spiral.
Spiral. Hey.
You know, they're making
they're
remaking Spyro.
Yeah, I remember watching that. Watching you play it back in the day.
We both played it. We would spend the night, and then we would try to beat it. I think we beat it.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember beating it.
Yeah, I think so. Because like the whole thing was to get that dragon, that last dragon.
Pleasure is pleasant.
Next question. I had to cough. Gilissa. How
are you asking or are you saying?
No, it's because the video like flipped on me and I couldn't read it. How would each of the major factions react if they encountered Earth right now? Orcs, humans, and all the races.
War. Yeah, there'd be war.
Yeah, for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Except for...
Necrons would wipe out humanity.
I think Tau would try to... I think the most interesting one would be the Tau, because they would try to make contact and try to, like, turn Earth into, like, a...
Sept world.
Yeah, and I think it would happen. Definitely would happen. Because right now, money is power, right? Or money is king. Like, everybody's about money.
So it's like, oh, let's make a treaty and get some of their weaponry and whatnot.
Yeah, every politician is just about the money. Next one.
This one is by Joshua Thistle. How does a Primaris Marine stack up against a Primarch?
Primarchs are better.
Yeah.
Far beyond.
So I think we talked about this before. There's tiers to it. So I guess lower tier would be your standard Space Marine. And then you get the captains. And then you get the chapter masters. And then above... Oh, no. Would you say a chapter master is above a Primaris Marine? Yeah, right.
It depends on what... Because there are some Primaris chapter masters. But I don't think a Primaris is better than... what's the dude? The Blood Angels chapter master?
Dante.
I don't think they're better than Dante. So I guess it depends.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interchangeable for the Primaris and the chapter master. Even company captain.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it depends on which specific guy you're talking about.
But then you have the level of the Primarch, which is like... You can't even see it on the screen.
True. And he's got a part 2. Can a standard Space Marine be upgraded to a Primaris?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're called veterans. I don't know why I stuttered. Next question comes from John Horwath. Other than Space Marines, what is the best... Oh.
Yeah, we did that one already.
Oh, you got one last question.
Oh, this one's by the homie Dragon Punch 903.
Let's do it.
First of all, thanks OMS for noticing my devotion. Anyways, my question this time around is, what is your favorite ice cream, and what's your favorite ice cream place to go at?
So my favorite ice cream is mint chocolate. And
it's like brushing your teeth, dude.
With chocolate. And I really like, what's that one place downtown Naperville? Across the street from...
Coldstone?
Coldstone, there it is.
Yep. Yeah, for the longest time, I really enjoyed just like a strawberry sundae or a banana split. But recently, I've been all about Coldstone. Just yesterday, I got their strawberry blonde. It was really good, so yeah. What's your favorite ice cream, guys?
Comment down below.
Don't say mint.
Don't say blood for the blood god.
That's everybody's favorite ice cream.
Yeah, everybody. And those were the questions for this week, or for today. If you have more questions, comment down below. If your question did not get answered, try again. Or you can go to Patreon. A simple $1 a month guarantees that your question will be answered, because we have an exclusive for the Greater WAAAGH episode where we get really intimate with our patrons. We do it topless.
Wine and dine. But yeah, those were the questions and those were the answers. As always, I'm the Sound Alchemist.
Go through everything.
And we are out of here.
Yeah.